Good morning, everyone. I am here to do day 15 of Inktober, but before I get started with that, I wanted to share some happy mail that I got in the mail yesterday. And this is from JL. Janice, thank you very much. This is more than an ATC girl. So, and I love the note. She wrote to me, Becky, I know you have stuff. I decided to send you more with a giggly face. Okay, Janice. So I'm going to kind of do it from larger to small here. She sent me some beautiful papers that I think Debbie Epps had done. And I will put these together and make a little journal out of them. But not today, but that's the plan. Morning, Ann. So let's see what all JL sent me. I'm going to do the little packet here last. Okay, Howard has left the table. She sent me 2 of these little write your own books to do journals in. Those are awesome. And then down, well, let's just go through these. Sweater weather. Stickers, I believe. Yes, stickers. So I could make a whole autumn journal just with what she sent to me. These are pretty fall. Oh, I love these. These are adorable. I love mushrooms. Oh, and she sent me another sheet with mushrooms on it. And another sheet with mushrooms on it. Awesome. These are adorable. Look at the little fairy houses. And some more mushrooms. And of course, the cats want in and out. All right, go. The lady that walks her dog every early morning must be out and about because I can hear the neighbor's dogs greeting her as she's coming up the street. I turned our front light on to light the street up a little bit more for her as she walks. I've been trying to do that each morning because it's pretty dark. If people aren't paying attention, we have our street comes down and then there's like a curve, and as it's curving, it goes down. So there's a heck of a blind spot. And we've had near misses of cars just going by because somebody looks down as they're going into that curve, and it's crazy. Hi, Andrea. So these were goodies from my friend Janice. Aren't these beautiful? Look at these mushrooms. Aren't they gorgeous? Look at that one. Oh my goodness. Need to start a nature journal. Oh, this is interesting. Look at that. So cool. And this is from a sticker book, but you can use these like, what's it called? A stencil. I could stick that down and stencil through it. So that's neat. I could just cut these out so that this turns into a stencil and stencil. And some cool bees on that sheet. Look at this mushroom. That's cool. That reminds me so of the 1970s. And some knitting needles and a yarn needle. Oh my gosh, these are gorgeous. Oh, there are 9. And they've got the, instead of having a plastic cable, it has a steel cable. These are beautiful. Thank you, Janice. Very much. And then we've got some stamps of some beautiful birds. And then this is one of those stamps and die sets. There's a fox, an owl, flowers, and a butterfly, and a leaf. So you stamp it, and then you can cut it out perfectly with the dies. All right, so we'll put these back in the envelope. so I keep it all together until I'm ready to use it. If I can get it back in, because it was a tight fit getting it out. There we go. So there's that. And then I'll set that aside. And she's got a clip with one of the Oxford Junior books. And then this clip has all kinds of little bits and bobs. Old addresses. That's like when I was growing up, our mail didn't come to Carr Road. It came to Rural Delivery, RD1, Box 89. And now it's got a number and the name of the street. Oh, look at Bugs Bunny. Those are awesome. And I see why she slid it in here to protect Bugs Bunny. So I'm going to put that back in there. And then we'll just look and see what she's plopped in here. And I'm still giggling about the note. I know you have stuff, but here's more stuff. She cracks me up. Anyway, there's her little note. Cracks me up. Oh gosh, we got some leaves and bits of paper and some more mushrooms. I'm going to leave those in there. I'm not going to open that because that's like, it looks like those could be clusters already made up, ready to go. And some purple beads. And there's her ATC. And then a bunch of quotes. These are wonderful to have when you're making something because you can just pull one off. So they said, don't give up on your dreams. So I went back to sleep. And I'm having trouble with my hands this morning. Not sure what's going on, but nothing wants to grip. Give me a minute. All right. Today would not be a good day for knitting. Inspired change. You are loved. Just a bunch of wonderful sayings. I'd rather wear flowers in my hair than diamonds around my neck. Amen. And a bunch of small ones. These are great for like just an ATC where you just want to put a single word. And then there's some little tags. So maybe I need to do a nature journal and just fill it up. So this was her ATC. And I'm going to keep it in here so I don't lose it. I think I'm going to put these ATCs we're swapping for that are autumn related into my little journal on Wednesday. Well, it is Wednesday, later today. I'll get Beth's and Janice's. I won't put Safia's in that book because it's not fall related, but I have another book. So let's do our Inktober. Here. I got a lot going on. I played along with Kathy yesterday, but I'm not finished with them. And I'm going to send one to Kathy when they're done, but I want to do a project with everybody on how to make what I made. So that's why I'm not going to show it right now. We might do that this afternoon at 1:30 after we do our little journal page. Oh, and I said I was going to put batteries in the cat clock. So give me just a second. I think it takes double A's. Give me just a sec. It may go off when I get the other battery in here. Nope. All right. So it goes off like at the top of the hour. There we go. I can't leave the batteries in because it'll meow in the night, and that's never a good thing. So I've done a couple by Mary P, and then Janet USA chimed in and added haystacks and candy corn. So I thought we'd do a candy corn today. So we need orange and yellow, and leave a section white. So I hope you guys are doing all right. And Anne, I hope the walls came down okay, and that poor little Lily wasn't all traumatized. And I just like to do rounded corners of a triangle. And then you just divide it in 3 sections. So we'll just do that again. Scott's getting roped into more of a leadership role at work. I think it's kicking and screaming. But yeah. I told him, I said, there's so many older people work there. I mean, they've got one lady, she's in her like 80s and she's still working there. She said, there's nothing else for me to do at home. And so she just keeps plugging away, doing piecing or whatever she does. But I told Scott, I kind of joked at him and I said, yeah, you're going to be their new old guy that like helps run the place. You're going to be the new designated old guy because everybody else is retiring. Hi, Heather. So we'll just do some candy corns. And I don't remember which order. I think the orange is at the top most of the time, up here. And the yellow is at the tip. And then it's white in the middle. If I'm remembering right, it's been a while since we've picked any candy corn up. Candy corn to me is like solid marshmallows, basically. It's just a glob of sugar. This isn't very true orange, but it works. So Greg has to go back to the doctor and get released so he can go back to work. And I think it's good timing. I think he's ready to go back to work. I think he's bored at home, so it'll be good if they release him so he can get back into work. And I know his work is missing him tremendously, so because they keep calling to say, when are you returning? And then the HR lady says, oh, you got to get a release. Oh, not much else has happened. We didn't even go thrifting yesterday. We went to Duke's Pad Thai for supper because I just felt the need that I just needed to get out of the house. And I got the spicy beef with shrimp, and then we split an order of shrimp dumplings. And then we brought the leftovers home, and that's what Scott's taking for lunch today. So win-win. I didn't have to come up with leftovers here at home, and I didn't have to cook last night. That Duke's Pad Thai is the best place for Thai food, Oriental food. Hey, Pam. Oh, gotcha. Well, I'll try not to talk too loud. Yeah, my hubby's left for work. It is almost 6:30. Boy, this is some really yellow on the candy corn, and the orange isn't very orange, but I'm doing it. I'm coloring it in. I have seen some candy corn where they switch the white out for the brown. I think it's in the what they call harvest mix of candy corn, I think. I had thought about not coming on later. We'll see how I'm feeling. I want to do my page, though, in my book. I need to mow the backyard. It's getting a little thick. I don't have to worry about the dog getting around in it anymore, but it's getting pretty tall back there. The front yard I was going to try putting off doing and let the leaf debris sit on the yard. I'd really love to leave it till spring, so the lightning bugs will have somewhere to lay their eggs and stuff, because I like lightning bugs. I'll go back over my outer lines here. I need to work on my posters for Saturday. All right, and let's just do a fun background with purple. And I can cross off Janet's candy corn. That's not purple, that's blue. Makes me think of that Jim Carrey movie where he's the liar and he says the pen is blue and it writes red on his head. Oh gosh. I'm just going to do some swirly swirls. So I was able to get the truck's tire thing fixed, and because I took it back to where we bought the tires, they didn't charge me anything to put new weights back on the tire and balance it up. So I got that done. So the truck is driving better. And then we drove it to dinner last night. So Scott realized how dirty the windshield and all was. So he said, I think I'll clean that before we leave the house again, because we had to come home, put the leftovers away, and get the car, and then fill that up with gas so he could get to work today. So yesterday was really just about running around and just managing stuff. And the mechanic, we kind of been going there for years, so he knows us, we know him, and we were talking about in-laws, and he said his in-laws live next door, and they're going through about the same thing we are with my mother-in-law. So and we discussed how hard it is when we, the getting older is definitely not for sissies, and it's the hardest part for the younger generation because they're losing their memories to, whatever is taking their loved one. It's hard. Never an easy thing to go through, that's for sure. we go. That looks pretty cool. Candy corns on a swirly background. I do have a lot of yard work I need to do, but I need to remember I can't do it like I used to. I need to go out and do a little bit each day. So like for 30 minutes, I should go out and do something each day. It would be good exercise. It would get me moving. All right, so there's our day 15. There. And I'll hold it up. Here you go. So we are done with that. And I will let you guys go. I was hoping the clock would go off, but it doesn't go off until the top of the hour. So you'll have to wait to hear that later. All right. I hope you guys have a great day. And I'll be on after Ann this afternoon at 1:30 Eastern USA time. Take care. Bye.